Welcome to the first edition of Rafi Busters.
To settle my case, I'll have to go to court.
We'll give it 2 out of 5 Rafis on the credibility scale. You may need to go to court, but most cases are settled without going to trial. The overwhelming chances are that your case is going to be resolved before trial and you'll never need to go to court.
Insurance companies have your best interests at heart.
That's a solid 0 out of 5 Rafis. People who work at insurance companies may have your best interests at heart, but they're working for a company who cares about their bottom line. Insurance companies don't have your best interests at heart in terms of paying out a claim. They may have your best interests at heart, though, for getting you the right coverage, because getting you the right coverage might make them more money, and it might also help you because you're going to buy that coverage. Let's change it. Let's give it a half a Rafi. We found something good to say about an insurance company.
I can't file a claim if I'm partially at fault.
You can file a claim if you're partially at fault, so that's 0 Rafis. You can't file a claim and be successful in Georgia if you're more than 50% at fault. In some states, you can be 99% at fault. File a claim and still win 1% of what your damages are. Just because you think you may have been partially at fault, that shouldn't stop you from investigating whether a lawsuit is right for you.
I can only have a case if I'm injured.
In Georgia, that's pretty true. You can only claim emotional, psychological damages if you're impacted physically by something. If I blow smoke in your face, that's the classic first year law student case we all read about. That's a physical impact. We'll give that 4 out of 5 Rafis.
Compensation only includes medical bills.
I'll give that a 1/2 Rafi. The idea that you can only claim medical bills would only be true in a case where you have no pain and suffering, you have no lost wages, and I don't see that happening that much.
You can file a claim whenever.
I'm gonna give that 5 Rafis. Big asterisk. You can file a claim. You can file a claim for something that happened to you in 1982. Will you win that claim? No. There's something called the Statute of Limitations, and that is the primary way that lawsuits are limited in terms of when they must be filed. The Statute of Limitations is different in different states. Some states it's 1 year. Some states it's 3 years for a typical case. In Georgia, it's 2. Some states have special statute of limitations for certain kind of cases. If you do it too late, you can file it. The court clerk will allow you to file the case, but you will not win. Your case will be dismissed as quickly as the defense lawyers can file a motion.
I don't want to sue because my claim will ruin the business financially.
There is a almost 0% chance that it's going to have any negative impacts on the business other than maybe making it a little more difficult for them to get insurance coverage. 1/4 of a Rafi of truth. The reason that companies have insurance is so that way when they inevitably get sued, which is a cost of doing business in most industries, they will have insurance protection. And if they've purchased enough insurance, which they should, they are protected up to the amount that the claim could be. They don't pay for anything. It's the insurance company's money, it's the insurance company's lawyers, and it's the insurance company trying to limit the amount of your claims so that way the insurance company doesn't have to pay more money.
Cases take years to end.
I'm going to give that 2.5 Rafis. I can get your case settled as early as 60 days. That is rare, but it happens from time to time. On the other end, I just settled a case that took 6 years. And it took 6 years because we went to the Court of Appeals 3 different times. When people ask me about how long their case is going to settle, if it's a case where I think we have to file a lawsuit, usually I tell them it will take something like a year to a year and a half after we file the lawsuit. If I don't think we need to file a lawsuit, I think there's a really good chance the case settles before a lawsuit, I typically tell them something like 90 to 120 days after you are done treating, after you feel better, or after the doctor tells you you're not gonna get better and here's what it's gonna be. Is Mythbusters still a show?